Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my beautiful psychic friends. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. We are looking at some oracles today. We're going to put down one card from each of these oracle decks, and then we're going to hit it up with tarot and find out what's going on. This reading is always for the week ahead, no matter when you find it, whether it's today or a year from now. These are energies that will be effective for the week ahead. They're always predictions here. So Pisces, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you, my beautiful water tribe, for all the support you've been giving this channel. I appreciate you. I am a Pisces Moon, part of your tribe. You've been supporting. It's been beautiful. Thank you so much. Your beautiful energy. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up for the week ahead for Pisces, please. We've got the globe. Possibility. Everything in the world, big possibilities. For some of you, you could be connecting or have friends in another country or across the world. It feels like somebody here sees the possibility of a lot of travel coming up in the new year, possibly. We have card number 31. Some of you could be traveling for the holidays as well. We have globe and possibility. So maybe for some of you, you haven't solidified those plans yet, but they're about to become solid because we've got 31, which is a 4, and that's stability. So I feel like for some of you, you will be traveling for the holidays. Others of you, this might not be till the new year, but it feels like all possibilities are coming up. Like it's like world possibilities. It's like you could just, you know, throw a dart at a board and that's where I'm going to go. Like it feels like somebody's a globetrotter, I want to say, or plans on being. We have the butterfly and metamorphosis. This is maybe a change for you. Maybe you're not the person who usually travels, but I feel like it's time for you to, to suit up. It's time for you to get in the plane and go to the place. Maybe you haven't seen your family in a long while, and coming up next week, of course, is over the Christmas holidays, right? So maybe you are someone, or the holidays is going to travel for the holidays, possibly. Let's take a look here. Any more energy, please, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have discernment. Discernment, it says you are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. Interesting. So discernment is the ability to make a decision based on what you feel, right? You have a discernment. So I feel like this is probably something that you've wanted to do for quite some time. Either drive back home or travel back home, whether it's plane, train, or automobile. Says you are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear. So it could be that some of you are traveling and you've been fearful to do so. And you may be making the decision to finally do that. Maybe you have a fear of flying. Maybe you don't like to travel long distances in a vehicle at all when you're on your own. But I think that you're ready to look at things for what they truly are, and you have a discernment. You are realizing that truth and illusion are not the same thing. And sometimes the illusion's easier to deal with because the truth can be hard. And developing a skill to distinguish love from fear. And some people don't go home for the holidays because they don't want to have to deal with all the personalities that are there. Maybe there's a fear of, I'm going to get in an argument, or it's not going to be fun. I'm going to spend all this money to do the traveling, stay in the hotels along the way, and then it's going to be terrible. Tell me more. We have overcome any obstacles. Yeah, it does feel like someone either has a fear of traveling by themselves or a fear of flying, a fear of traveling long distances by theirself. I want to say the rhino spirit is here. Look, the rhino spirit is just charging at whatever's in front of it. It doesn't matter what it is. The rhino's just going to charge and push it over if they need to go by. They can run really fast too. They've been clocked doing some pretty high speeds, even though they're so gargantuan, right? They're so huge. So overcoming any obstacles, I think, I want to say, do you guys ever watch Casper Site? He's coming up in my head a lot. He says, Rambo it, mate. It feels like you're supposed to Rambo a situation. You're just supposed to cut right through the bullshit. We've got card number 5, which is a little bit of lack. And again, it comes down to feeling like you can't do it, or something you feel in your path is an obstacle and you're supposed to overcome the obstacle. You're supposed to run at it, I think, is what you're supposed to do. And look at it up close. You might not even have to push it over, right? But look at it up close. Stare fear in the face here. And sometimes we're stared down by the enemy, and the enemy could be anything that you want it to be. Stared down by the enemy, and it holds us back. We're scared to use our discernment. We're scared to separate the illusion from the truth, because the truth is really hard to look at. And maybe the illusion is, I just didn't feel brave enough, and that's okay. We've got Dove Spirit. It says, be peace. So not be at peace, but actually be peace. Again, it makes me feel like somebody might be going home for the holidays and is not necessarily interested in doing that, but they feel like they should. All right, let's take a look at it from Tarot's point of view here. For some of you as well, if you're looking at this as a love reading, I want to say that you're going to have to make a decision here. You're going to have to make a big decision that on its face looks like a situation of lack. But I feel like you're going to have to open your mind, take the global view, and look at everything as it's presented to you so you can see the possibilities, all of them. The good ones, the bad ones, the truthful ones, the ones that are an illusion, the ones that are really love, the ones that you've been afraid of because maybe you're afraid of love, but take that as it resonates. For some of you, it could be love as well. We do have card number 4, which tells me that some of you could be moving across the world to be with somebody in a stable relationship. Tell me more. Tell me what's coming up in the tarot for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have the 3 of Swords in the reverse. I think you've been hurt by something and it still lingers. I think you're still thinking about it. Yeah, it feels like the hurt is in the past and you need to make this big decision. The list is here, which is the Judgment card in this tarot deck, which is the Yuletide tarot. So we have the list. It's like the list is as naughty and nice, right? Emma seems to be on the nice list. Robert is on the nice list. Charles is naughty. Myrtle is naughty. Cassie is nice. Edward is nice. I'm just looking at it here. And it says Aaron is naughty. Christopher is naughty. Marjorie is nice. Thomas is nice. And Barbara's on the nice list. So just take it as it resonates, my friends. Doesn't have to mean anything, but maybe it does to some of you. And so the list is the big decision. And I think the big decision is for you to travel someplace that you've been hurt before, whether that's back in time or like with a person from the past or with your family. Take it as it resonates. We have the 2 of Cups. There's a big decision here, my friend, a very big decision. And I feel like the decision's being presented to you because you've healed from something. And I don't think you've forgiven and forgotten. I don't think that forgive and forget is a thing. I think that you should always forgive because the forgiveness is for you, not for them. But forgetting means that you're at risk of having this cycle happen again. And I don't think that you want the same thing to happen over again. We have the 9 of Wands and we have the Queen of Good Cheer, who's the Queen of Cups. Tell me more. We have the King of Candles, which is the King of Wands. Yes, so it does feel like you will be possibly revisiting something that hurt you before, something that that hurt you mentally. So I want to say it made you feel bad about yourself. It made you think about yourself in a bad way. It made you feel bad. And I don't think that you did anything that should make you feel bad. I feel like it's just a feeling of lack and your inability to discern, or just not having enough courage to say something out loud. But the 9 of Wands here tells me that I feel like you're dropping the wands. Look, he's got the bag and it's kind of wet at the bottom here, and the 9 wands are on the ground. But I want to say that this, whatever this is, the 3 of Swords, is something that has led you to feel like you're the one that always has to be resilient. Like you're the one that always gets hurt and always gets up off the ground and keeps moving. I want to say you're very close to being able to put down some sort of a mental burden that you've been carrying for a while. There's a big decision that needs to be made here, and it has to do with the Two Cups. It has to do with making a compassionate decision about something that's in the heart space. The Queen of Cups is the one with compassion, the psychic one, the one who could also be a mother. So you could be a mother, or maybe this is your mother. We're talking feminine, masculine energies, but I'm looking at a woman on the card. This is a feminine leaning energy, but please understand, we're not reading body parts. We're reading energies, and the Queen of Cups does have both energies. The thing is that I feel like you are making some sort of a big decision to maybe send a message to someone. It feels like you have an intuition about something here. And there's cards here, Christmas cards. Maybe you've received a note, or maybe you will receive some kind of Christmas card or Christmas greeting, or a note possibly from someone. There is a big decision coming up as it pertains to the Two of Cups. Tell me about we've got the King of Wands here. It's like it's an inspired, compassionate decision. It's like you've been thinking this over for a while. You've been thinking about it. And, you know, the Knight of Wands doesn't really have control of their passions, but the King does. The King knows better. The King knows when to hold back and when to move forward to their passions. The kings are running kingdoms. They can't put the whole kingdom at risk because they decide that they're going to risk something here. So I feel like it's an inspired step forward. But I want to say you've been thinking about it for a while, because there's some sort of a burden that you need to drop here, the Nine of Candles or the Nine of Wands and the Ace with the King. It feels like there's some sort of a burden that you need to drop here, and you've been contemplating for a while. We've got 4 candles across the mantle. We have 1 on the desk here, or the table, and somebody is reading a book or maybe journaling, and this person's very much in thought. So it feels like you've been holding back about making a decision because you want to respond. And I think that's why it comes out as compassion, because you want to respond, you don't want to react. And for some of you, it could be in this family situation that you're headed to. It could be a family situation, it could be a love situation. Tell me about the Two of Cups, please. Tell me more about the Two of Cups for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have the Page of Wands. You are getting some sort of a message here. And I do believe it's from someone who, I think that you don't see it coming, because there is a moon in the window here. It's dark out. And the moon indicates it might be something that you don't see coming. A decision might be being made about you, by the way. Are you not? You're nice by another person. Take it as it resonates, right? We could be reading about someone else thinking about you. But the moon is in the window, so it feels like somebody is not really expecting the note to arrive. So for some of you, it could come via Christmas card, right? Or a holiday card of some kind. The Page of Candles is the messenger, right? So we have a passionate messenger, someone who's ready to expand their life, someone who's brave. We have the Four of Canes, which is the Four of Swords. The message you receive is from someone who's been healing, and this is a person that you've had spotty to no communication with, but now they're reaching out to you with communication. Why? The Six of Canes is here because there has been some sort of a change in their life. They're leaving somewhere. So somebody could show up to you as someone who is still in some kind of a relationship, but they might be leaving here. Yep. 6 and 4. That's 10. 10 swords is the end of the cycle. Someone might show up or send you a note or a message telling you that they've moved, possibly, or that they've moved away from a negative mindset, that they've been healing for a while. Tell me about this burden that you need to drop here, because I feel like you're going to have a chance to respond to someone. Let's first look at the list, though. Let's look at Judgment. What's this big decision here? What's this big decision that either is being made about Pisces or Pisces is making? The Judgment card for me is Virgo and Pisces energy. And we have the Seven of Good Cheer. So the Seven of Cups, somebody who is seeing through the illusion or was feeling overwhelmed about all of their options or what option to take. We have the King of Good Cheer. Now we have two, right? We have the King and the Queen here. And we do have the Knight of Canes. So the Knight of Canes is the Knight of Swords. It feels like somebody really needs to jump in and make a decision based on their psychic energy, based on what they know, based on the information that they already have. I want to say that there's one cup on the desk of the King, and then we have 7 here. That's 8 cups. It feels like somebody needs to make a decision to break away emotionally from something and to just leave it in the past. And the Knight of Canes is the one who is very courageous, the one who's just jumping right in the middle of everything and saying exactly what they want. So there is a decision here, and the decision I feel is coming from the Knight of Swords. Big changes are coming here. It feels like this is a tipping point or a turning point, and you or them have made a decision. Something that looked like an illusion in love is actually not an illusion. Maybe you thought somebody had a lot of other options, and somebody doesn't want the options. They want to jump right into love. They want to jump right into an emotional relationship here. They might see you as someone who is their match, right? The King and the Queen are both here. When the King and the Queen show up, though, please know if you're looking at this as a family situation, the King and the Queen of Cups to me also represent mom and dad. So it could be that as well. And it could be the King of Cups that's making this big decision about you, because this is the Piscean energy, the Queen of Good Cheer, the Queen of Cups. So somebody might be making a big decision about you, and it might be a decision that happens quickly. This person has been wanting to make this decision, whether it's you or them. Tell me more about the decision. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. Somebody's becoming single. Somebody has the confidence to just jump in and say, I'm not doing this anymore. So for some of you, there is somebody who's attached to you who is leaving a relationship. This isn't a relationship of yours where you're leaving. I feel like this is happening on the outside of you. I feel like this decision is something someone else is making as these cards are becoming more clear. Someone has the confidence to just cut away a relationship or get out of it because they now know that they have a whole lot more for options than they thought they had. The 9 of Pentacles is being single, essentially, right? Tell me about these burdens that need to be dropped. We have the Page of Pentacles here. We have the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Gifts. The 7 of Pentacles in this particular deck tells me that there's no more waiting, that it's almost time. This person's under the bed, pulling out all the gifts that they had wrapped and saved throughout the year, and it's almost time to put the gifts under the tree. So the 5 of Wands tells me that someone has been holding back or has been in indecision, maybe fighting with themselves about whether or not they should send the message or materialize something in the 3D. And what that is dropping the burdens. I feel like the Page of Pentacles tells me what's materializing is somebody has decided that they're no longer going to be in this energy of the wounded warrior and that they are going to be inspired to move forward towards something here. Who's inspired to move forward, please? It could be someone who is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. We do have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We have Virgo, Pisces energy here as well. Somebody who's been worried, who's worried about taking this inspired step forward. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Somebody just wants to wrap this up. Come on, let's wrap it up. Yeah, someone who is worried that maybe they haven't done enough, bought enough, been enough. The 8 of Pentacles is also about self, being worthy in the self, right? When I see this, it's like it's time to wrap it up now. That's what it feels like. It's time. Someone could be preparing a gift for you. There are 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 gifts here, which is over here, right? The 7 gifts. It's almost time. It's almost time to wrap the 8th gift. And 7 is the seeds of intention, right? This is the intention that I have, is to give these gifts. And somebody here's wrapping it up. This is the harvest. This is where we actually do what we said we're going to do. And somebody here is getting nervous about it. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Look, somebody I feel is going to try and make some sort of an offer to you. Now, if this is a family thing, I do feel like you've been holding back from going to see the family. This, I feel, is something that you need to do in order to drop the burdens with whoever is in the family that you have disagreements with. And I feel like with the Ace of Gifts here, with the 8 of Gifts, we've got 8 and 9. The 9 is here. I want to say that you need to be confident. You need to move forward. I know that you're a bit worried. The 9 of Swords says so, but you are inspired to drop these burdens. So if there's something you need to work out within the family, it's time for you to do that. It's time for you, 6 of Swords, to move away from, you know, this energy here. We've got to end some sort of a cycle. So I feel for some of you, if it's a family situation, you're going to have to make a decision to send a message to tell somebody, I'm coming out for the holidays. And it's been a hard one. For others of you, if this is love, I feel like what you're being offered is something like the Ace of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles is 10 Pentacles. Somebody here is going to be offered some sort of a full-on relationship, or somebody's going to give you money. It might be a gift. You might get a gift over the holidays of a very large sum of money. And it feels like somebody here, if it is to do with love, is being inspired to step forward, even though that they've been nervous. They're wrapping the last gift, which is yours, and they're going to put it on the doorstep. You're going to receive some sort of a message from somebody here. And it might just end up in your mailbox or at your door or come as a delivery, because we did see that there is all these cards that are sitting here with the crystal ball. And so the Page of Candles or the Page of Wands is telling me that there is somebody who is romantically interested in you that probably will be sending you some sort of a message, because I feel like they're single and they want to invest. We have the 2 of Swords in the reverse. I like it to be in the reverse. It tells me that somebody here is unblocked. And the 8 of Cups in the reverse tells me there's the boomerang. Somebody's coming back, and justice is in the reverse. They don't think they're going to get any justice from you. They also don't think that you're going to pick them. And so they want to expand their lives, the 3 of Wands. Somebody here wants to expand themselves. And now they've decided they've got to make a decision. So I don't know if that's you about someone else, or going back to see the family, or if that's someone making a decision about you, but the Judgment's here, and either someone's coming back around or you're making a huge decision to go see the family and just be who you are and say, look, if you guys can't deal with who I am and what I do, then I just got to go. I got to close this cycle finally. So it feels like a very final thing. Either it's a final thing that you might accept some sort of a gift from someone that you've not heard from for a long time. That person could even be at the family dinner. Just saying. Yep. All right. And for some of you, it could be an X. That person's making the X with their hands, right? So it could be someone who is an X. Take it as it resonates. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I'll go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.